Brahmanda Purana Part 5 Lalita Mahatmya Chapter 42 Description of various mudras, mystical gestures with the fingers. The footnote says the chapter deals with mudras specially observed in Sri Vidya. The most important is Yoni Mudra described in verse number 17 to 18. Agastya said, O Hayagriva, narrate the various positions of fingers in the formation of mystical gestures whereby Sri Devi becomes delighted. Hayagriva said, the following one is the great mudra Avahani, invoking one, which is described as Trikhanda, having three parts. Turn your hands, making the palms clearly face the front. Join your thumbs together. Keep the index fingers bent and beneath the ring fingers. O ascetic, one should place the small fingers in their own places. Now I shall describe mudra called Samkshobhini, the agitator. Listen. The middle fingers should be kept in the middle, flanked by the thumbs and small fingers. The index fingers are kept upright like rods. The ring fingers are placed over the middle fingers. If in this mudra the middle fingers are kept upright, O suppressor of the pride of Vindhya, the mudra is then called Vidravini, driving others. The small fingers and the ring fingers are equally kept in the middle of the middle fingers and the index fingers that have the shape of gods. O peat-born sage, this mudra named Akarshini, attracting one, is capable of attracting the three worlds. The palms are made in the shape of cups. The index fingers have the shape of gods. The middle fingers are turned and kept beneath them. In this way, O celestial sage, the small fingers are in the middle of the middle fingers. The ring fingers are kept upright. The two index fingers are outside them. Then the thumbs are kept upright like rods, reaching the place where the middle fingers move to and fro. This mudra is well known by the name Unmadini, O scorcher of Vatapi. In this mudra, in the pair of ring fingers, one is bent in the form of gods and kept beneath. The devotee shall make use of the index fingers, also in the same manner. This is the mudra called Mahankusha, conducive to the achievement of all objectives. The arms are kept crossed, the right arm to the left and the left arm to the right, O celestial sage. The palms of the hands are turned. In this manner, the small fingers and the ring fingers are joined. O ascetic, the index fingers are placed over them. The middle fingers are above all. O husband of Lopamudra, the devotee should keep thumbs upright. This is the mudra called Khechari, moving in the sky, the most excellent of all excellent ones. By knowing this alone perfectly, the devotee shall be the of yogin, favorite one of yoginis, the deities of that name. The devotee should turn the palms of his hands, making them touch other. He should join together the pairs of index fingers and thumbs simultaneously in the form of the crescent moon. He should join the middle fingers together, keeping the small fingers hanging down. After joining together these two fingers that are bent, the ring fingers are kept beneath all. This is Bija Mudra, that is conducive to the proper functioning of all siddhis along. The tips of the middle fingers are kept bent and placed above the index fingers. Similarly, the small fingers are placed in the middle of ring fingers. All the fingers are thus joined together and pressed by the thumbs. This is the first mudra termed Yoni Mudra. O celestial sage, these mudras cause delight unto Sri Devi. They should be made use of at the time of worship in the proper order. Chapter 43. Types of initiation and true service of the Preceptor. Agastya said, O Hagriva of great intellect, O ocean of nectarine mercy, inform me of the type of initiation which is necessary in visualizing Sri Devi. The footnote says, Diksha or initiation is the essential precondition of spiritual paths. It is the Guru who introduces a person to a spiritual discipline, hence the importance of Guru, which unfortunately degenerated in Gurudom. To make a person eligible to enter a spiritual path, the Guru initiates him either by his touch, sparsha diksha, sight, or even by his mind, manasi diksha, the last being the best one. Hayagriva said, We shall communicate diksha initiation, wherefrom one attains identity with the deity and whereby the dirts of sins of person are washed off. The preceptor meditates upon Shiva Pura as stationed in the hand, repeats the Mula mantras of the deity Angamalini, and touches the body of the disciple. This is called Sparsha Diksha, the initiation by touch. The preceptor closes his eyes and meditates on Sri Kamakshi. With delighted mind, he looks properly at the disciple. This is called Drigdiksha, the initiation by vision. Merely when the preceptor beholds, speaks, and touches, perfect knowledge arises immediately. That initiation is considered Shambhavi, pertaining to Shambhu, the bestower of happiness. The body of the preceptor is similarly to the body of the goddess, as mentioned before. By his grace, the disciple too shines with the same form as he. The leading spiritual preceptor, properly gratified by means of service of long duration, silently intends initiation of the disciple. This is considered Manasi Diksha, mental initiation. The footnote says, verse number 8 to 35 describe the procedure of Diksha. Of all the modes of initiation, this is the most excellent one. The devotee should at the outset perform Kriya Diksha, initiation of holy rites. Its mode is being recounted. On all on an auspicious day in the bright half of the month, the devotee gets up early in the morning and keeps his mind free from impurities. He should then remove the dirt from the tongue, mouth, and face and clean them. He should then take his bath in accordance with injunctions. After concluding Sandhya rites, he should stay in a secluded spot, remembering the physical form alone of the preceptor. He should put proper carb on his food and remain silent. Remaining in the same manner, the preceptor too should enter the abode of worship. He should repeat Devi Shukta along with Vidyanyasa, the special position of fingers in the mystical rite pertaining to the mantras, and matrika, diagrams of characters, etc., as a part of the mystical rite. Then he should repeat the Purusha Shukta. Thereafter he should propitiate Tripurambika by means of 16 upacharas, means of paying homage of deity, well known as follows: Avahana, invoking; Asana, offering a seat; Padya, offering water for washing the feet; Arghya, materials of worship; Achamana, ceremonial, ritualistic sipping of water; Snana, bath; Vastra, offering robe; bhusha, ornaments, decorating with gandha, scent, pushpa, flowers, dhupa, incense, deepa, lamp, naivedya, food offering, tambula, prepared betel leaves and nuts, pradakshina, circumambulation, and pranama, obeisance. Then, by means of Sahasrakshara Vidya, 1000 syllabled mantra, he shall offer Pushpanjali, handful of flowers. The 1000 syllabled mantra. The footnote says the thousand syllabled mantra is nothing but a series of Lalita epithets, including in them all the powers implied in the names of Siddhis, Nityas, etc. It concludes with the secret 16 syllabled Kadi mantra. It starts with Om, then Bhag Bij, then Maya Bij, then Rama Bij, then Tripura Bij, that is Bhag Bij, Kama Bij, Tripura Bij. Om obeisance to you, O Tripura Sundari, O deity in the heart, O deity in the head, O deity in the tuft, O deity in the symbolic armor, O deity in the eyes, O deity in the mouth, face, O Kameshwari, O Bhagamalini, O Nityaklinna, O Bherunda, O Vannivasini, deity abiding in fire, O Mahavajreshwari, O Vidveshwari, O Vidyeshwari, deity of lords, O Parashivaduti, messenger of the Supreme Shiva, O Tvarita, O Kulasundari, O Nitya, O Neela Pataka, deity with a blue banner, O Vijaya, O Sarva Mangala, O Jwala Malini, deity wearing clusters of flames as garlands, O Chitra, O Mahanitya, O Parameshwari, O Supreme Goddess, O Mantreshamai, identical with the Lord of the Mantras, O Shashti Shamai, identical with the Lord of Shashti, that is, sixth day of the lumbar fortnight, O Udyanamai, identical with garden. The footnote says and reads Udyana or Udyana, Bandha in yoga. O Lopamudramai, O Agasthyamai, deity identical with Lopamudra and Agastya. O Kalatapanamai, identical with the scorcher of Kala, that is Shiva. O Dharmacharyamai, identical with the conduct of righteousness. Muktakeshishwaramai, identical with the lord of the deity with loose tresses. O Deepakalanathamai, identical with lamp and moon. O Vishnu Devamai, identical with Lord Vishnu. O Prabhakara Devamai, identical with Sun God. O Tejo Devamai, identical with the Lord of Refulgence. O Manoja Devamai, identical with mind-born Lord of Love. O Anima Siddhi, the power of being very minute. O Mahima Siddhi, the power of being very great. O Ganima Siddhi, the power of being weighty. O Laghima Siddhi, the power of being very light. O Ishitva Siddhi, the power of being the overlord. O Vashitva Siddhi, the power of controlling others and winning over them. O Prapti Siddhi, the power of achieving anything. O Prakamya Siddhi, the power of irresistible will. O Rasa Siddhi, the power of alchemy. O Moksha Siddhi, the power of granting salvation. O Brahmi, O Maheshwari, O Kaumari, O Vaishnavi, O Varahi, O Indrani, O Chamunda, O Mahalakshmi, O Sarva Samkshobhini, exciting all. O Sarva Vidravini, routing all. O Sarvakarshini, attracting all. O Sarva Vashankari, winning over all. O Sarvanamadini, making everyone of us mad. O Sarva Mahankusha, great God unto all. O Sarva Khechari, Khechari Mudra of all. O Sarva Vija, seed unto all. O Sarva Yoni, source of origin unto all. O Sarvastra, O Sarvastrakhandini, the splitter of all missiles. O Sarvastrakhandini, the splitter of all missiles. O Trailokya Mohini, enchantress of the three worlds. O Chakra Swamini, O mistress of the chakra, that is mystic circle. O Prakata Yogini, one who has manifested yogic power. O Bodhya Dashangi, O Bodha Darshanangi, one having the Buddhist philosophy as one as of the limbs. O Kamakarshini, one who attracts love. O Buddhyakarshini, one who attracts intellect. O Ahamkarakarshini, one who attracts the principle of ego. O Sabdakarshini, one who attracts sound. O Sparshakarshini, one who attracts touch. O Rupakarshini, one who attracts form and color. O Rasakarshini, one who attracts taste. O Gandhakarshini, one who attracts smell. O Chittakarshini, one who attracts the mind. O Dharyakarshini, one who attracts courage. O Smrityakarshini, one who attracts memory. O Namakarshini, one who attracts names. O Bijakarshini, one who attracts seed. O Atmakarshini, one who attracts soul. O Amritakarshini, one who attracts nectar. O Sharirakarshini, one who attracts body. O Gupta Yogini, one who has secret yogic power. O Sarvasha Paripuraka Chakra Swamini, O presiding deity of the mystic circle that fulfills all hopes. O Ananga Kusuma, one who has flowers, that is flowers, flower shafts of God of love. O Ananga Mekhala, one who has the girdle of Ananga, that is God of love. O Ananga Malini, O Ananga Madini, one who maddens Ananga. O Ananga Madanatura, one who has been afflicted by the God of love having no body. O Ananga Rekha, O streak of Ananga. O Ananga Vegini, one who has the impetus of Ananga. O Anangankusha, the god of Ananga. O Ananga Malini, having the garland of Ananga. O Guptatara Yogini, one who has the yogic power that is more hidden. O Vaidika Darshanangi, one who has Vedic systems of philosophy as limbs. O Sarva Samkshobhakara Chakra Swamini, O Sarva Samkshobhakara Chakra Swamini, O ruling deity of the chakra that causes excitement in everyone. O Purvamnayadhi Devata, presiding deity of the scripture named Purvamnaya. O Shrishtirupa, one having creations as her form. O Sarvasamkshobhini, one who stirs up everyone. O Sarvavitravini, one who roots everyone. O Sarvalhadini, one who delights everyone. O Sarvakarshini, one who enchants everyone. O Sarvastambhini, one who stuns everyone. O Sarvajrimbhini, one who is the yawner deity. O Sarvashankari, one who causes the welfare of everyone. O Sarvaranjini, one who delights everyone. O Sarvanamadini, one who maddens everyone. O Sarvartha Sadhika, O Sarvartha Sadhika, one who achieves all objectives. O Sarvasampat Prapurini, one who reimburses all reaches. O Sarva Mantramai, one who is identical with all mantras. O Sarvadvanda Kshayakari, one who destroys all mutually opposed pairs of calamities. O Sampradaya Yogini, one who has the traditional power of yoga. O Sauradarshanangi, one who has systems of philosophy of Surya as limbs. O Sarva Saubhagyadaya Chakra, one who is the mystic circle that bestows all felicities. O Sarva Siddhiprada, one who bestows all spiritual attainments. O Sarva Sampatprada, one who bestows all riches. O Sarva Priyamkari, one who does everything for the felicity of others. O Sarva Mangalakarini, one who does everything conducive to auspiciousness to all. O Sarva Kampaprada, O Sarva Kampaprada, one who bestows all desires. O Sarva Dukkha Vimochini, one who liberates all persons from miseries. O Sarva Mrityu Prashamani, one who suppresses deaths of all. O Sarva Vigna Nivarini, one who dispels all obstacles. O Sarvanga Sundari, one who is beautiful in every limb. O Sarva Saubhagyadayini, one who bestows all fortunateness and felicities. O Kulottirna Yogini, one who has the yogic power of Kulottirna. O Sarvartha Sadhaka Chakreshi, O goddess of the mystic circle that achieves all objectives. O Sarvagnya, omniscient one. O Sarva Shakti, O Sarva Shakti, omnipotent. O Sarvaishwarya Phalaprade, O Sarvaishwarya Phalaprada, one who bestows the benefit of all types of prosperity. O Sarvajnanamayi, one identical with all types of knowledge. O Sarva Vyadhi Nivarini, one who dispels and prevents all types of ailments. O Sarvadhara Swarupa, one who is of the form of the support of everything. O Sarva Papahara, one who removes all sins. O Sarvanandamai, one identical with all the bliss for everyone. O Sarvarakshaswarupini, one whose form is the protection of everyone. O Sarvepshita Phalaprada, one who is the bestower of all desired benefits. O Niyogini, one who controls others. O Vaishnavadarshanangi, O Vaishnavadarshanangi, one who has the systems of philosophy of Vishnu as limbs. O Sarvarakshakara Chakrastha, one who is stationed in the mystic circle that accords protection to everyone. O Dakshinamnayeshi, the chief deity of all the scriptures named Dakshinamnaya. O Sthiti Rupa, one who is in the form of sustenance. O Vashini, one who exercises authority. O Kameshi, O Modini, one who rejoices. O Vimala, devoid of impurities. O Aruna, the pink one. O Jaini, the victorious one. O Sarveshwari, ruling goddess of all. Kaulini, follower of the Shakta rituals. Rahasya Yogini, one who has the secret yogic power. O Rahasya Bhagini, O Rahasya Bhagini, one who enjoys pleasures in secret. O Rahasya Gopini, one who protects, that is, keeps secrets. O Shaktadarshanangi, one who has the systems of philosophy of the followers of Shakti as her limbs. O Sarva Rogahara Chakreshi, goddess of the mystic circle that dispels all ailments. O Paschimnam O, o Paschimamnayeshi, the chief of the sacred scriptures named Paschimamnaya. Dhanurvana Pasham Kusha Devata, the deity with bow, arrows, noose, and good. O Kameshi, O Vajreshi, O Bhagamalini, O Atirahasya Yogini, one who has the highly secret yogic power. O Shaiva Darshanangi, one who has Shiva's systems of philosophy as her limbs. O Sarva Siddhi Pradachakraga, one who is stationed in the mystic circle that bestows all siddhis. O Uttaramna Yeshi, goddess of scriptures termed Uttaramnaya. O Samhara Rupa, one who has the form of annihilator. O Shuddha Pura, O Shuddha Para, pure and transcendent. O Vindupita Gata, one who is stationed in the Bindupita of the pedestal. O Mahatripura Sundari, O Parati Rahasya Yogini, O Shambhava Darshanangi, one who has the systems of philosophy of Shambhu as limb. O Sarvanandamaya Chakreshi, the presiding goddess of the mystic circle, conferring bliss on everyone. O Tripura Sundari, O Tripura Vasini, one residing in the Tripura. O Tripurashri, the glory of Tripura. Tripura Malini, having the 3 cities as a garland. O Tripura Siddha, one who has attained siddhis of the Tripuras. O Tripuramba, O Sarvachakrastha, one stationed in all mystic circles. O Anuttaramnayakhya Swarupa, one whose form is what is called Anuttaramnaya. O Mahatripura Bhairavi, O Chaturvidha Gunarupa, one whose form is the fourfold guna. O Kula, O goddess Kula. Akula, O one who has no family. Kula Kula, one who has kulas and akulas. O Mahakaulini, great follower of Shakti. O Sarvottara, one who is greater than all. O Sarvadarshanangi, one who has all systems of philosophy as limbs. O Navasanasthita, one who is stationed in 9 seats. O Navakshari, one who has 9 syllables. O Navamitunakriti, one who has the form of a newly married couple. O Maheshatmika, one who is in the form of Mahesha, one who is identical with Vidya, Madana, one who is identical with Vidya, Madhava, Brahma, Kamadeva, Skanda, Nandin, Indra, Manu, Chandra, Kuvera, Agastya, the anger of Durvasas, and Bhattaraka Vidya. O Kalyana Tattva Traya Rupa, having the three principles of great welfare. O Shiva Shivatmika, one who is in the form of Shiva and Shiva. O Shiva Shivatmika, one who is in the form of Shiva and Shiva. O Purna Brahma Shakti, one having the complete power of Brahman. O Mahaparameshwari, highly supreme deity. O Mahatripura Sundari, I worship your sandals. I worship your sandals. Obeisance. Then Kadi Mantra. With the utterance of this 1,000-syllabled mantra, the devotee should offer handful of flowers, otherwise his worship shall be futile. So say the expounders of the Vedas. Thereafter, the devotee shall clean a spot of ground by smearing cow dung and place a drona full of paddy there, along with a drona of pure rice grains of praiseworthy colors. A new pot filled with a drona of water should be kept therein. 5 gems and freshly cut grass should be put into the pot. The water should be rendered fragrant by putting tender sprouts and barks of the following trees, viz. Nyagrodha, Ficus religiosa, Ashwatha, Ficus indica, Makanda, mango, Jambu, rose apple, and Udumbara, Ficus elamerata. He should place a ripe and splendid coconut over the pot. After worshipping it with fragrant flowers and other things, he should show incense, light, etc. He should repeat Shri Chintamani Mantra or Shri Mantra as the wise yielding mantra mentally, and Matrika mantras also. The pot should be considered the physical body of Sri Kamakshi. The mantras should be repeated touching the pot. When they have been repeated 108 times, the lamp should be shown again, waved round. The teacher blindfolds the disciple with a cloth after calling him near in secret. He then makes him prostrate 3 times with 8 limbs touching the ground. The preceptor places flowers in the hands of the disciple and makes him offer the same to the deity, repeating the following prayer. O Shri Devi, a mass O Shri Devi, a mass of mercy, O goddess in the form of the greatest refulgence, this handful of flowers is placed at the lotus like feet of yours. You are my greatest abode. You are the greatest Brahman. You are my supreme deity. From today onwards, protect me and my sons. We seek refuge in you. After saying this, the disciple should place the lotus like feet of the preceptor on his head, that is, bow down to him. When the sandals are placed on the head by the preceptor, it will be due to the merit of the previous birth that should be obtained by serving Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. After saying this, he should and rise up with great devotion. He should stand to the left of the preceptor calmly, unpretentiously, and modestly. The cloth bound over his face should be untied, and the remaining part of worship shall be shown to him. The articles for food offering should be sprinkled with the water from the goat kept for the purpose. The Naivedya food offering on Mahatripura Sundari should be in the form of sugar, honey, ghee, plantain fruits, and milk pudding. The Naivedya should be duly offered. He should whisper the 16 syllabled mantra slowly into the left ear of the disciple. Both of them then come out, and the disciple is made to sit on a wooden plank. He should be pure and sit facing the east. The place shall be covered with a silk cloth. Repeating the mantras, he should sprinkle the water of Sri Kumbha, sacred pot dedicated to Sri Devi, over the disciple. The disciple should then take bath in ordinary pure water and wear two clothes. He should repeat the mantra 108 times and then go to sleep. The footnote says rules of discipline will rules of discipline while behaving with one's guru are scattered over verse number 59 to the end of the chapter. If an auspicious dream is seen, the punya or merit thereof is excellent, and it shall be added on. If a bad dream is seen, he should perform japa 1008 times. The worship of Tripuramba should be carried out in the manner mentioned above. If no dream is seen, the achievement of Siddhi will be after some long time. With great devotion, the disciple should partake of the remnants of offerings unto the goddess which have more benefit. The disciple shall immediately be a sanctifier of rose. The disciple should dedicate unto his guru, preceptor, his body, possessions, and vital heirs. He should conduct himself obediently, subservient to him continuously. He should never transgress his words. One should know that a preceptor is a rare redeemer from worldly existence. When pleased, he grants the splendor of liberation from samsara. The meaning of the letter Gu is darkness. The letter Ru means one who dispels. The preceptor is called Guru because he dispels darkness. After obtaining a preceptor in the form of the bestower of perfect knowledge, one should not have recourse to another preceptor. He should consider even the harsh words uttered by the preceptor as blessings. He should at the outset make obeisance to him, and from him alone should receive secular, Vedic, and spiritual knowledge. Thus, after carrying out the three types of initiation, the preceptor should instruct him in everything that should be performed. Devotion to Guru is a good conduct, and malicious mischief towards him is a great sin. Remembering his Guru's feet itself is liberation from samsara. This is the procedure as long as this body lasts. By uttering falsehood in front of the preceptor, one incurs a very great sin. Even by slaughtering a cow or murdering a Brahmana, one will not incur such a great sin. An ideal disciple will be saying thus: I have a series of preceptors beginning with Brahma and ending with a blade of grass. I have everyone worthy of my honor and worship. Who then is not honorable and respectable on the surface of the earth unto me? Such a disciple who is favorably disposed towards all is glorified as an ideal disciple. One sanctified by and equipped with many good qualities, free from impurities, good qualities like decent habits and spotless character, is called Shishya, disciple, because he abides by the Shasana, behest of the preceptor. If one becomes tired by japa, one should begin to meditate. If one is tired by dhyana or meditation, one should begin to perform japa. If one is fully endowed with japa, dhyana, etc., one accomplishes and acquires mastery over the mantra. Just as due to the power of contemplation, even a worm turns out to be a black bee, so also due to the power of ecstatic trance, a man becomes Brahman. Just as at the time of dissolution the universe is not observed, so also the external world should not be seen when one closes the eyes for meditation. This is the characteristic feature of dhyana or meditation. When the greatest principle, that is beyond everything, capable of being described and that is free from aberrations, is realized, the mantras become servants along with the presiding deities of the mantras. All his activities, since he strictly adheres to the realization of the unity of souls, constitute his darshana, vision system of philosophy. The purpose of yogic practice and penance is served by his mantra. His preceptor's very glance constitutes his disciple's asset. If the false identification with the body is got rid of when the great Atman is realized, one can have samadhis, meditation and trances, wherever one's mind travels. If one sees and realizes the non-dualistic, omnipresent, quiescent and blissful Atman, nothing remains for him to be obtained or known. Eulogistic prayer is on a par with 10 million worships. Japa is on a par with 10 million eulogistic prayers. Meditation is on a par with 10 million japas, and getting merged with the Supreme Deity is on a par with 10 million meditations. The physical body itself is said to be a temple. The individual soul himself is Maheshwara, the great deity installed therein. One should abandon the nirmalya, remnants of worship, of ignorance, and unify souls with the concept I am He. When it is covered in the husk, it is paddy. In the absence of husk, it is rice grain. The soul, bound by the noose of senses, is remembered as the jiva, individual soul. Freed from the bondage, it is Maheshwara, Supreme Lord. The movement of birds in the firmament is not observed distinct from the sky. The movement of aquatic beings in water is not discerned distinct from water. Similarly, the great conduct of noble souled worms is not distinct from their environment. The worship connected with daily routine of holy rites should be performed during the day. The worship connected with the naimittika needed for a particular situation. Rites should be performed at night. The performance of rites is a kamya karma, performance of acts for achieving desires. This is the conclusion arrived at in scriptures. Recollection of Sri Paduka is greater than millions and millions of great charitable gifts, millions and millions of great holy rites, and millions of great sacrifices. As long as the body is sustained, all activities pertaining to one's caste and stage in life should be carried out with or without knowledge for liberation from karmas. Whatever comes out of the mouth of the preceptor is called Shastra, scripture. Even if it is forbidden in Shastra, one should carry it out. One should not transgress the commands of the preceptor. Even if one hails from a high caste, even if one possesses great learning and is endowed with wealth, one should, after seeing the preceptor from distance, joyously prostrate oneself before him once and circumambulate him 3 times. One should bow down to everyone, whether a deity or a blade of grass, regarding that it is the preceptor himself. One shall bow down to an idol made of metals or clay in the belief that it is the deity. The following are sinful activities causing people to become Brahma Rakshasa, demonic, demoniac Brahmanas, Brahminical demons. If one speaks in contempt of the preceptor or addresses him by base terms, if one defeats a Brahmana in arguments, or if one reveals secret scriptural tenets or makes them public, one shall become a Brahma Rakshasa. One shall continuously entertain non dualistic conception but no non dualistic feeling in regard to the preceptor. One should not censor one should not censor other people's religious cults or principles, nor the Vedas, nor the scriptural texts, nor the agamas, philosophical treatises. If the disciple stays in the same village as the preceptor, he should pay personal obeisance to the preceptor during the 3 sandhyas, dawn, midday, and dusk. If he stays about 3 kilometers away, he shall devoutly bow down to the preceptor once every day. If the disciple stays 6 kilometers away, he should present his respect to him during the 5 parvans, festival days in the course of a month. If the disciple stays at a distance ranging from 1 yojana, 12 kilometers, to 12 yojanas, 144 kilometers, he should bow down to the preceptor once in as many months as there are yojanas, 12 kilometers. If the disciple stays still further, he should go to the preceptor whenever he wishes. One should never approach a king, a deity, or the preceptor with empty hands. He should offer fruits, flowers, garments, etc. in accordance with his capacity. Our preceptor is personally Supreme Shiva, Parashiva himself, encased in human skin. He wanders over the earth in incognito in order to bless a good disciple. It is to accord protection to good disciples that Shiva assumes forms, though he is formless. Shiva, the storehouse of sympathy, is active in the world like a worldly person. Sri Guru, the glorious preceptor, is glorified as Lord Shiva himself without 3 eyes, Lord Achyuta himself but not four-armed, and Lord Brahma himself, though not four-faced. Like the blind men who do not see the rising sun, only those devoid of good luck do not see Sri Guru, who has the splendor of the greatest principle and who stands before your very eyes in the same manner. The most excellent deliberation is the deliberation on reality. The deliberation on japas is the mediocre one. The deliberation on scriptural treatises is base, and the deliberation on worldly affairs is the meanest of mean things. There is no principle more profound than the preceptor. There is no greater pleasure than knowledge. There is no better worship than devotion. And there is no greater benefit than liberation from samsara. In all Vedas and scriptural texts, it is mentioned in different contexts and in as many words that Sri Kamakshi is greater than the greatest among Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, and others. Many pairs are observed and heard of in all worlds. Some of them are mutually opposed and some are mutually complementary, such as Shachi and Indra, Rohini and Chandra, Swaha and Agni, Prabha, luster and sun, Lakshmi and Narayana, Vani and Brahma, Girija and Shiva, Agni and Soma, Vindu and Nada, sound, Prakriti and Purusha, what are termed as Adhara, support, and Adheya, what is supported, Bhoga, enjoyment of worldly pleasures, and Moksha, liberation, Prana and Apana, word and meaning, affirmative and negative, pleasure and pain, etc. There is no doubt that all of them are the Supreme Brahman. They know that another refulgence has come up by the name of Kamakshi, which Brahma, Vishnu, Shiva, and others perpetually meditate upon. Thus, if a person abides by the path of Shakti, he should be the object of grace of Sri Devi. He shall attain worldly pleasures and salvation. Those who worship Kamakshi with or without mantras, whether they are women, Vaishyas, or Sudras, do attain the greatest goal. What then in the case of Kshatriyas and Brahmanas who worship the mantras? Even if they are men of the world, they are liberated ones, certainly, without any doubt. Naivedya should always be offered during the 5 Parvan days in the form of sugar, honey, ghee, plantain fruit, and milk puddings. He who does not worship, though he is competent, will incur the curse of Devi. If one cannot afford, one should always worship Ambika with articles mentally conceived and imagined. A householder shall worship Mahadevi with the full equipment of auspicious conduct and accompanied by his wife favorably disposed towards him. A preceptor shall, O pot-born sage, mention the code of good conduct thrice. If the disciple does not grasp and conform to it, the sin is that of the disciple and not of the preceptor. The devotee shall consider the preceptor and his wife, as well as his parents, like this, that they are Lakshmi and Narayana and Saraswati and Brahma, or Girija and Shiva. Thus everything has been briefly recounted by me, O pod-born sage. By concentrating on this much, an intelligent disciple shall become omniscient.